As you can see, my team is looking more and more like a Christmas tree with all of those flags. I already have 3 of them in my team, and we haven't seen most of the international games. So today I've decided to do a quick injury update on all of the important players in the fantasy. We're going to start with the most recent ones, and then we're going to go down to the list where the likes of Alisson, Trent, and see when they're expected to be back. We have some important players missing from the game, so we have to be prepared for their return dates. If you enjoy such type of content and want to see more informative videos on injury updates, team templates, and many more type of videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I am aiming for 700 subscribers. The goal is to reach them by the end of the season, so please make it possible. Like the video if you enjoy it, leave down a comment with whatever you want. If you have any extra information that I'm missing, if you want to ask anything about transfers, chip usage, anything, I'm answering everything. So yeah, I am going to be there for you. And now let's dive into the injury news. I've opened an article from Fantasy Football Scout and let's see the updates. I'm going to do an update on that video, injury updates, at the end of the international break to see who survived the internationals. So let's dive into it. Saka has been withdrawn from the England squad with some minor injury. I believe that's a little bit of a trick, maybe, to keep him fit and not to use him in friendly, so Arsenal can have him in full power for the Champions League and the Premier League run. Let's see if that is true though. So if he is missing, he is going to be a big hit for us owners. If he is out for a long time, maybe it's a good option to sell him and then reinvest if you have the wild card later on in the season. But Arsenal are most probably going to have a double in 34, so selling Saka before a potential double, it's never a good option. The same for Gabriel. There is a minor muscle injury to blame. Okay, Erling Haaland was rumored injured, sorry, but now he has confirmed that he is ready. So there the scare was slight and we survived that. Match hash on last 10 minutes of Poland's playoff semi-final. Koblinkov, a hamstring injury, is being reported. So much cash, there is a chance he is missing. So Ezri Konsa on the right back position is going to be their option in defense. But Aston Villa, with such a bad defensive record and no players having a double from their side, are not looking likely to be transfer targets. Early withdrawals, Gabriel Magalhaes from fantasy perspective is the most noteworthy, as it's written here. He was removed from the Brazilian squad as a precaution, maybe a slight injury in the Achilles, but in my opinion he's going to be fit for Gameweek 30, especially against Manchester City. Darwin Núñez had a slight discomfort after the thriller against Manchester United, so he exited the Uruguay camp and didn't travel there. Minor knee injury keeps Kudus out of their friendlies for Ghana, and Michael Antonio withdrawn from Jamaica. I don't know if someone is interested in buying West Ham players without possible doubles, but we need to inform you on everything. Mengi from England's under 21 as a Wootton defender. Martinelli, Senesi, Ederson, Bellandir, Casemiro, and Johnny Evans were already injured, so they didn't recover. So Senesi is going to maybe miss some minutes. Martinelli as well. Ederson, it's a big question when he will be available. If he is available after 34, maybe he will become my goalkeeper for the rest of the season. Then if I plan to use the wild card in 35, we will revisit that when we have more information on double ups. And Svet Botman got a big injury and has been ruled between 6 and 9 months. That means that Lascelles is going to be now an option in their Newcastle defense, but that means as well that if Trippier is, we're going to see if Trippier is still out. Botman and Pope, those are 3 of the 5 main players out for the defense, so maybe they are not as good as we would like to be. And now let's dive into the availability page. This is a page on the Fantasy Football Premier League page, so it's completely free. You can always refer to it to see who is fit. Mengi, Saka, Kudus, Johnny Evans, Casemiro, Darwin, Gabriel, we already discussed those. Alvarez is suspended for 1 week, if I have to be completely honest. So no, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ban for Alvarez. Livramento, there is a slight ankle injury, has a 75% chance of playing. So if Trippier is still out, Livramento is a great option. Mpanzo has a knock. Botman we already discussed. Amat is suspended due to the red card in the FA Cup. Doughty has a slight hamstring injury. I know that he is heavily owned, so that is going to be a little bit of an issue for Wootton. Fofana is ineligible to face his parent club, so don't expect him to be a popular option in the transfers. Awoni has a muscle injury and KDB has a groin injury. We need to see what updates Guardiola is going to give on KDB, because he is still in a lot of teams. He is in 17.5 of the teams. As we can imagine, those are active teams, as he was absent for the first half of the season. So the guys that bought him for sure bought him when he became fit, and he is injury issue at the moment, and he can be an easy route to Mohamed Salah. Then we have several players that are not important to the fantasy. Hill, Masenio, I don't know if someone is picking them. Montiel as well. Barnes has a slight hamstring injury. His season has been hurt a lot by the injury, so yeah, it's not a good start for him with the Newcastle shirt. Van den Ven is with a hamstring injury. I've read a rumor that he is most probably coming back after the international break, but we're not sure. Ederson, we already discussed. McGinn and Regulian are both suspended, so they will miss a game, so their availability is due to suspension. Norgard, Bellegarde, two injuries that won't affect the fantasy world too much. On the other hand, Neto and Dawson. Dawson is in my team for now. He has a groin injury. I hope that he recovers after the international break. And Neto has an expected back date of 11th of May. That is basically game week 37. So until then, we cannot rely on him. Konate, there is a hamstring injury. We need to see what's the issue there. Cowell is still out. Brewster is with an injury. Senesi and Martinelli we already discussed. So Jacob Ramsey has a foot injury and Trippier has a calf injury, so we don't know unexpected date for those. So we are going to wait for the press conferences to see what the updates for them are, but they are still out. Hee-chan is with a hamstring injury and expected on 20th of April, so game week 34 may be ready for the double up. We have to see. Ben Mee is out and Kunku is with a known injury. Poor guy, he was destined for greatness at the start of the season and he hasn't shown a little bit. Tavares, Ghana, Kelly, Aina, Mituma is expected at the end of the season, like 19th of May, the last game week. Sambi, Brown, oh my god, Wooten are destroyed with those injuries. Now, we have Curtis Jones, who is with a shin injury. There was a message from Klopp that he is most probably going to come back after the international duties. The same with Diogo Jota at game week 32. In my opinion, somewhere around that he is going to be fit. Archer, Bennett, Shelby, Ramsey, Pinnock is with an ankle injury. Becker, Alisson is with a hamstring injury, so we are not sure when he is going to be back fit, which can be a big problem for Liverpool players and owners of those players. If you see that for 34 Liverpool have a double up and their goalkeeper is out, maybe Kelleher is going to be a good option. Luke Shaw is expected at the end of the season, 19th of May, just before the draw and the England co-ops for the Euros. Wilson, Trent is expected on 7th of April, so maybe he is aiming the game against Manchester United, yes, for a good thing. Hinzelwood is out with a foot injury. Joao Pedro is with a hamstring. Thiago da Silva, Waro, Martinez is with an injury from Manchester United, so he is most probably expected once again after the international break. Coach for now is Ben Rama. Those are loaned out, knee injury to Gay, so we have unknown return date there. some more players. Milner with a muscle injury, Danjuma with an ankle injury, Olise with a hamstring injury. So those of players do not have a return date. Some more important players. Martial, I don't think it's important. Arons. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone, basically. So yeah, those are the updates. The guys that are rumored on the 19th of May, I believe they are going to be ruled out for the rest of the season. But the main players that are now rumored and flagged are Saka, Gabriel, Darwin is pretty important, Trippier in my opinion, KGB, and the rest of the Liverpool players, Jota, Trent, Alisson. For me, those players are going to be important in the double ups. Maybe they can shine, maybe they are going to be absent. We have to see. But yeah, regarding my team, if you can see it, we have a lot of injuries for now, but I'm going to most probably transfer out Stupinian, and regardless of the injury for Gabriel, I'm not playing him. I'm a little bit worried for Gameweek 31 if he is going to be fit, but for now I cannot do a thing there. And Saka, if he is out, I'm going to rely on Douglas Luiz, and I wouldn't risk selling Saka at the moment, but for me this is precautionary and they will be back into play. We will update you more on some news if we receive news for the double up, so blank, something scheduled, and for sure I'm going to be there to update you. As always, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. But for now guys, I'll be heading out. Bye!